Hi everybody, Rachel here with PSP with your Monday workout. For today's circuit, guys, we're going to be performing 5 exercises paired with a bear crawl. So I've taken my workout outside today. I've chosen a spot where I have approximately 10 meters for that bear crawl. You could do it on a lawn or a driveway. You can do it inside as well if you have a hallway or a room that's an appropriate length that you could do those bear crawls in. That's going to work fine today as well. I'm going to go through the 5 exercises and then kind of do a breakdown of how this circuit should look today. You'll find the reps and everything listed in the notes below as well. Do make sure you go through the warm-up and the cool down today too, guys. So our exercises today, we have a stand, kneel, stand, we have a mountain climber, we have a backward lunge, we have a narrow to wide push-up, and we have a Y lift. So for our stand, kneel, stand, you could use a mat, guys, or a folded up towel if you want a little bit of cushion for your knees. My feet are going to start below my hips. My chest is up, so I'm not going to slouch or round out those shoulders. I'm going to drop my left leg first, so it'll be a left leg lead. So it's down, down, up, up for 1. Right leg, down, down, up, up for 2. I would perform 10 of those. If you have any sort of knee issues, if the getting down and getting up is going to be a problem for you, if you would rather do a body weight squat today, or even if you'd like to take it over to a wall and do a wall sit, you could do that. So you could do 10 reps of a body weight squat. You could take it over to a wall and do a nice slow 10 count for a wall sit, and that would work in place of the stand, kneel, stand today. I would then bear crawl out. Okay, so I'm going to bear crawl out my 10 meters where I'm going to perform my second exercise. So the second exercise is the mountain climber. So starting in that sprinter start, my hands are tracking underneath my shoulders. My neck is in line with my spine. It's a quick switch of the legs for 10. So every time I drive my knee to my chest, it's 1 rep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would then bear crawl back to my starting position where I'm going to perform my third exercise. The third exercise today is a backward lunge. So starting in that standing position, feet are underneath my hips. I'm going to step my one leg back. So back into my lunge, I'm dropping that back knee. My front knee is tracking over my ankle. I'm not going to slouch my shoulders. My chest is up. I can either just step that forward for 1 rep. That would probably be about the easiest version of that. I can step it forward, back, and then I can float that knee up to about waist height. That's going to challenge a bit of balance. That would make it a little harder. I could choose that option. Or I could step that knee back, drop into that lunge, and then perform a kick. That would be probably the harder option. So pick one of those 3. We're going to do 10 total, so 5 each leg for that. From there, guys, we would bear crawl out where we're going to perform our narrow to wide push-up. Our narrow to wide push-up starting on the ground in the prone position. I'm going to keep my feet together, and I'm just going to bring my arms overhead, draw my thumbs back so they're underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to perform 1 press-up. So I'm going to press up for 1, bring myself all the way to the ground. I'm going to take my arms wide, perform my second push-up for 2, bring the hands narrow again for 3, and I would perform 10 of those. If I would prefer, I could do my push-ups from my knees. So I could do a narrow push-up. I could walk my hands wide, do a wide push-up, bring it back to narrow. So you could do them from your knees as well. Today, guys, I would then bear crawl back to my starting position where I'm going to perform my 5th exercise, which is a Y lift. So for my Y lift, I'm in the prone position. My arms are coming out from my shoulders like I'm forming a Y. My neck is going to stay in line with my spine. I'm looking down at the floor. My thumbs are pointing up. From here, I'm going to simply lift. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades together. And then nice and controlled, I'm going to lower back to the floor. I'm going to perform 10 of these today. Once I've done my Y lift, I'm gonna do a final bear crawl out to my 10-meter mark, and then I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna walk it back, have a little bit of a break, grab a drink, and then I'm gonna set up for the next round. For the next round, my reps are gonna drop to 8. So I would again start with either my stand, kneel, stand, my body weight squat, or my wall sit for 8, and carry on. Just carry on until you get either through the 20 minutes or you've performed all 5 exercises for 2 reps, whichever option you want to choose today. So for our bear crawl, guys, couple key points with that. So this is a great core exercise. We're synchronizing that movement of opposite limbs. So we have our right arm moving with our left leg. We have our left arm moving with our right leg. A lot of us haven't done this since we were babies. So this is a great thing to add into a circuit. If you wanted it to be a little bit harder, guys, today, you could do a couple different things. You could use light dumbbells. So you could have your hands on dumbbells and kind of travel with those. You could perform a burpee every 4 steps if you wanted to make it a little bit harder. If you needed it to be a little easier today, you could perform a baby crawl. So I'm going to show you the baby crawl as well. So for our setup for this, guys, we want to try to make sure that we keep our back flat and that our opposite arm and opposite leg are moving in unison. So our starting position for this is going to be on all 4s, and my arms are going to be straight. So my arms are going to be straight and they're tracking underneath my shoulders. I'm going to kind of come up onto my toes, and I'm going to have my legs are at about 90 degrees and my knees are tracking underneath my hips to start. I'm going to move my opposite hand and opposite leg. So I'm going to try left hand, right leg. So I'm going to move left hand, right leg, right hand, left leg, and I'm going to travel for the 10 meters, okay? I'm going to really focus on trying to keep my back nice and flat and stay nice and controlled for that. If that's too hard for you, you can always do a baby crawl. So come on to your hands and knees, and the same thing. Left hand is going to move with right leg, right hand with left leg, and you're just going to crawl the 10 meters. If neither of those are going to work for you, but you would still like to do a bit of a travel today, you could do a walking lunge. That would work today as well, okay? So do take a look at the reps. Have a very quick look at that. Make sure you go through the warm-up. Make sure you go through the cool down at the end. Okay, guys, have a great workout.